welcome back
Hey
to
guys.
the Chat Club podcast. Oh my God. Faith, how are you?
I'm a little nervous only because we haven't done this in quite a little while.
2 months. We've been gone for 2 months. Today, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
a wild time.
kind of crazy.
I feel like we've also missed so many juicy stories we could have recapped, you know?
Juicy stories. We'll do we'll do a little recap from like what we have missed out on because really like pop culture has blew up.
Right? And I'm
Since
like,
we've
of
been
course,
gone.
when we turn it off. Like, you gotta be fucking shit.
I know, for real.
Wait, when you said since we've been gone, like we gotta cue the Kelly Clarkson song.
Literally.
Since you've been gone. I can't
Every
breathe.
time.
No.
Every time I hear that, I think
You think
Pitch Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh my God. I was like humming along and like doing a little song the other day, and I was like, why wasn't I not in an a cappella group? You know?
No, for real. Like, why were we never given the opportunity?
Whenever we did a cappella, it was in some kind of different language and choir.
Do you know why we were never offered it? Because they know we would be too powerful if we did.
Yeah. No, they couldn't handle all that stardom.
They wouldn't be able to handle us.
They had to keep us humbled, honestly.
Honestly. If we're just being honest here. Guys, we are so excited to be back. This is our first episode back for season 2. And we did a full rebrand from last season. New mics, new branding, new logo, new everything.
Yes.
And really
same nose though.
Same nose. Unfortunately. No. So we wanted to do a rebrand because I just feel like when we first started this podcast, we really had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, we were really figuring things out every step of the way.
And like what we originally were going to do was make this kind of like a 90s podcast and like redo the early 2000s, blah, blah, blah. Right. Very retro. And that just simply is not what it blossomed to be. So we really wanted to rebrand and make this podcast more of a reflection of Faith and I and just what the podcast has become. So it's a little the same. It's a little different. To me, I designed it, so I think it's a little cuter. But no,
he's got a good eye for that shit.
It's very much the same. It's very much the same. Just a little different, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. It's a new era.
I mean, we grow. We're growing. Yes,
we're growing. New era. Faith, how have you been since we've been on our hiatus?
Brandon, I've been great. You know what I have gotten into that I've never gotten into before? Audiobooks. So there's this huge craze of this this book that's been going around. People call it ACOTAR for short, but it's like A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like a huge series, and I'm already on the 3rd book, and it's wild. I like listen to the graphic audio ones. And
is that like the theatrical ones?
Yeah, where you can hear like their footsteps, leaves crunching, different actors' voices, music in the background. Literally every time it starts, it says graphic audio, a movie in your mind. And I'm fuck, you're right.
Cool. Very cool. So how's the book?
Yeah. It's so good. Like I said, I'm already on the 3rd book. I think it's crazy. Like a Court of Wings and Ruin, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. The other one was Mist and Fury.
Yeah, Abby read that series. Yeah, Abby read that series and she loved it.
Yeah. And it's fantasy, but I never liked a fantasy book until I like started listening to this one. It was pretty good. Right. Also, there's some spicy scenes in it. That's a little interesting when you're listening to it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Oh, he caresses my nipple.
Okay. A little smut. Okay, got it.
I might have to pull over right now because I usually listen to it when I'm in the car.
You're like, okay, listen.
And every time when there's a spicy scene coming up, it's right when I'm going into my car garage, and you can hear everything because I have it up to like level 20 in my car. So I'm like, oh, dial it down. We don't need everyone listening to this shit.
Dial it down. That's so funny.
But yeah, that's what I've been getting into anyway.
Have you like gotten to any TV shows or any movies?
Oh, I just started this new TV show. It's on Netflix. It's called Survival of the Thickest, and it's this curvy woman named Mavis, and she's just like, I don't know, figuring her shit out in New York. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to be that way.
Yeah.
But
is it scripted or like a reality show?
No, it's scripted. It's like a cute little show.
Oh, cute. I'll have to like check it out.
Yeah, it's very cute. Yeah, my boss sent it to me. She's like, you got to watch this. It's hilarious. And I'm like, done.
Okay, done. So while like I was gone, I started like books. I started reading books. I started Fourth Wing.
Book era.
Yes, literally. Fourth Wing finished it. It was really good. The second book I'm still like trying to get into. It's just not doing it for me.
Yeah. It took a little while, like when I started. Yeah, it like.
Oh, did you read it?
No, listen.
Well, yes.
I don't take the time to read it, but I was gonna do Fourth Wing. No, is that what it's called, right?
Fourth Wing, yes, and then Iron Flame.
I was gonna start that one after this series.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because my
Fourth Wing is really good.
Into all of this because she's a huge fantasy nerd.
Huge fan, yeah. So I started like reading books. That was really good. I started like. I'm kind of like in my documentary era.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm really into docuseries. I just finished one of The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, which is insane. It's insane.
Is that like a murder or something?
No. So like basically it's on Max, and because you know how Max merged with
TV shows or
yes.
talking about books.
This is documentary.
We switched to TV shows.
Docuseries.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that was another term for books.
Stop.
You can tell I'm very cultured.
That's hilarious. No, that's so funny. No, this is a show.
Okay.
It's on Max.
I don't watch much of that.
And it's like basically about a family who adopted a girl from Ukraine, and she had dwarfism. Or has it, and
she's alive. Okay.
Yeah, she's alive, and
okay.
Her adopted family, her adoptive mom, basically was so psychotic. She thought that her daughter. It was like literally the plot of Orphan. Like she was like, my daughter is an adult trying to kill me, and like. It was insane. She like sent this girl to an insane asylum and like a mental hospital, and like when she didn't need it, and like many doctors and many therapists were like, she doesn't belong here. Well, while she was in there, she got her re-aged from 8 years old to 22. And then basically got her an apartment, and when they picked her up from the hospital, shot her into the apartment. So she was living by herself at 8 years old in an apartment. Oh. It was, I mean, the documentary is insane. It's so good.
Wow.
It's so good. And then I also got into a show called Fellow Travelers. It's about the gays with Matt Bomer.
Yeah. Okay. This is where your fascination came.
My fascination with Matt Bomer and Jonathan Bailey has emerged. I am obsessed with both of them now. The show was so good, and it just won a Critics' Choice Award. And I'm just
I saw he won an award. I didn't know what it was for though.
It was so good.
What he
got best supportive actor in a limited series. So he got that. It was amazing. Jonathan Bailey deserved it. He was so good in the show. But yeah, basically I've been just doing that, like staying busy, of course.
Have you seen the new Saltburn movie?
I have not seen
Jacob Elordi. Is that how you say his name? Elordi.
Jacob Elordi.
Oh, it's Elordi. There's no D in it. Okay. No. Elordi.
It's Elordi. Jacob Elordi. Yeah. Elordi.
Okay.
Jacob Elordi.
That sounds better than what I was saying. Anywho, Jacob. So no, he was in it, and I was putting it off watching it because so many people were saying like it's super cringy, it's super like just very, very odd because there's like these certain scenes in it.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say it or not if you haven't watched it.
Oh,
you haven't heard anything about these scenes?
No, so I know everything that happens. Like I know about the bathtub scene, I know about the graveyard scene. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Well,
everything.
honestly, after I already knew those scenes, except for one, I didn't know about. There's like a blood scene. Did you know about that one?
Oh no. Oh.
If you know,
do I want to know about this? Yikes!
But it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
Are they not
thriller.
gay in the movie?
I don't know. You just have to
one
watch
of them's
it.
gay, right?
I don't know. You'll just have to watch it.
I know that the actor, I don't know his name.
Barry. I know it's Barry. Co-affirm something like
well,
that.
he did the scene, the last scene of the movie when he was naked doing a line of cocaine and dancing. I saw that on Twitter.
Did you know he didn't use a prosthetic?
Yeah, it was his real penis.
I know, and I'm like, good for him for being proud.
He is very blessed. That's all I can say about that.
I'm gonna be real. When I see it, I'm like, what's the hype?
Oh
it's
my
not like
God.
I've seen anything bigger, but I don't know what a normal, like, I don't know. I've seen all different sizes.
He's fine. He's good. It's great. He's good.
I don't know what it looks erect, but when it's just limp, I'm like, good for you, man.
I mean, the confidence.
I saw, yeah, because he appears naked when they're like sunbathing, and they were expecting him, I don't know, I guess to be small because everyone's like taller than him, and they're like, wow. Didn't know he had it in him or something like that. Like they were very proud of what kind of a penis he had. And I'm like, oh, that must be good. Okay.
Oh, that must be good.
Noted.
That's so funny.
Because like literally like whenever I see a penis, it's usually erect. So whenever I see one limp, I'm like, there's nothing. It's just a worm on your.
So like you don't like you know about like showers and growers.
I guess, but yeah, I really don't.
Okay.
But anyway,
the
movie is very good.
You watched Girl Code on MTV. How do you not like that was like one of their things?
Yeah, I know, but they never showed it.
Oh my God. They like loved their diagrams.
I guess, but it's not like in real life comparing. It'll be like, I don't know, like when they show a 5-inch humongous heel on the TV. That's way smaller in real life.
Oh yeah,
hands,
like you needed like a banana pineapple to compare size, like a quarter. Exactly. Like you needed one of those things.
Yeah, maybe one in my hand. I don't know. So
I understand.
Yeah. Okay, I thought this man was ugly. Like whenever I saw him, like I saw him at the Golden Globes. That was my first time like seeing him in that red outfit.
Yes.
And I'm like, what's the big hype? I don't understand why everyone likes this man. Mm-hmm. And then I watched Saltburn, and he was like really nerdy at the beginning, but honestly, he became like honestly pretty good looking throughout the movie. And I'm like, oh, why am I blushing? What are you doing to me? So yeah, no, I can definitely understand the hype of him now. And he's also rumored to be dating Sabrina Carpenter now.
I saw that. Little Miss Polly Pocket.
Seriously though,
I know she is very
like
much
absolutely.
Polly Pocket.
She's Polly Pocket.
Absolutely.
I love her friendship with Joey King.
Oh yeah, so sweet. Oh my God. Okay,
God.
Joey Queen.
What?
Joey Queen.
No,
Joey King.
Act?
Yeah, the act. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is free from prison. She ended up, you guys, I feel like that was like one of our last episodes. She was rumored to like go to the game. Well, she was by like the state of Missouri, like forced out of Missouri and like had to go to Louisiana. But she is out from prison, you guys. She is like the biggest it girl right now, like, which is crazy.
Oh
like
God,
it's insane. Wild. She was growing like 1 million followers a day.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Insane.
It's nuts.
Yeah. And that D is fire. To kind of like bring it full circle.
That screenshot, and I was just like, I don't even know what to respond with.
Oh my God, I literally have no idea.
Come and get it, baby.
Like so cringe. Like I'm like, what is going on?
So you're the only one who's gonna understand this when I say it, but she definitely gives me Haley vibes.
I understand.
You understand the person I'm talking about?
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
Like the voice, the mannerisms, there's everything.
Oh, really? The voice, you think?
Yeah, just like the way
mannerisms
she talks.
For sure.
Not really the voice, but the way she just talks about things.
She'd definitely be like, oh wait, she's kind of giving
maybe
like,
even the teeth too.
No, she's kind of giving Danny vibes.
Like boy or girl?
No, like Danielle,
like
who was
it?
No, Danielle, in theater.
Yeah, there were 2 Dannys. I didn't know.
Oh wait, you're right. What? That's up for interpretation.
That's why I was like, whoa.
That's
what are we
kind of
talking
like
about here?
No, for real, like the same vibe.
Yeah, no. I honestly don't know how she doesn't have her own reality show at this point.
I'm sure she was offered.
Did you watch her Lifetime thing?
No, not yet, because I don't have like cable.
Right. Yeah, me either.
And it's not like any streaming service.
That's so strange for her to do it for Lifetime.
I know. I thought that too. I
feel like anyone would pay her like
why wasn't it on like ID or like why wasn't it on Discovery or something like that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like something a little more mainstream. Even Hulu. Like Hulu does docuseries, so I don't really know why. I don't know. So yeah. So
I mean, her story is very Lifetime-esque.
It's very much like Lifetime-esque. Well, didn't they made a movie based off her life? Lifetime
there was like some kind of Netflix show, something like about that. Like they did some kind of documentary.
It was weird. I don't know. You guys, we were very active on social media for YouTube. Mainly we did YouTube videos for Face channel, for my channel, kind of talking about everything. We were supposed to launch merch today, Friday, but unfortunately, like the quality of the product is great. It's just the printing is not doing its job and staying printed. It's just like really flaking and becoming not great quality. So we have decided to put a halt on the merch just to figure it out a little bit, but it's coming, and it's going to be here soon, and we are ecstatic. That's why I was like planning on wearing my merch for the episode. I
wanted to wear it too. Yeah.
I know, I was planning on it, but then I was like, I don't want to like promote something that we're not going to sell. So I'm like stuck with this grout fit. I'm wearing an all gray outfit, and I feel like I belong in a mental institution, but
you can't see it, but I'm wearing Costco sweatpants.
Oh my god, I love Costco.
They're the comfiest sweatpants I've ever fucking worn in my life.
No, seriously, Costco. I'm
I
team
can't take
Costco.
them off. They're amazing.
Team Costco.
But I was like, here, let's put on a decent, cute little sweater. So
you guys have not experienced Costco unless you go to Costco with Blaine.
You know what? That makes sense.
And that's just like that's the tea. I don't know how else to say it.
That's the tea, yo.
That's the tea. I don't know how else to say it. I like also exciting news. I am flying. Actually, as you're listening to this, I will be up in the air. I will be in Arizona, and I am going to be interviewing a TikToker who I have honestly like grown to love. Like she really came on my For You page like at the right time, which sounds super weird.
It's fate, man.
Excuse me. But like literally it was fate. Like this past summer was like really challenging because my husband was going through a lot of health issues, and it was like a lot of like mystery, and there was not like an answer to why it happened or like what to do about it or how to figure it out. And with her story, it was very much the same way, and she's still going through it, and her journey is like forever changing. But I'm super, super excited. I'm going to be sitting down with Chan Plant, and I think that's how you pronounce her last name. It's Plant with an E at the end. I haven't asked her.
Yeah.
I should probably ask her. Plante? I know. I was like, is it like French? Like Plante?
Does she ever say her last name in videos? I feel like
no. She doesn't even say her name.
TikTokers don't really do that.
No, she like definitely doesn't. I'll have to ask her because like her. And anyways, so I'm going to be interviewing her. She is we're going to be sitting down, doing a full interview, full episode. It's going to be so good. I'm super, super excited about it.
It'll only be branded on this trip. There have been things that I have to work out with work, my actual job here. So,
true.
But I am very excited for Brandon, and he's going to get the best angle possible.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm super excited. She is like, she's literally like the most friendly person on this earth. I swear to God. And I haven't even met her yet. Basically, we're going to be just like sitting down, talking, chit-chatting. Faith is unable to come just due to some things that she is handling on her end, which she should be applauded for like crazy. But yes, and like this is her and I were talking about this. Basically, it's business. Like if like there is going to be times where she has to do something for the podcast that I'm not going to be able to be at or attend, and that's just kind of how life goes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I am prepared to pick up the slack of for both of us and just do the whole thing. I'm just super, super excited. I'm excited for the podcast, basically. Because like this is huge. Like that's huge. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like starting off 2024 with a bang.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice just not like, this is fun what we're doing, but like if we're able to reach a whole nother audience and explore more different kinds of stories and stuff, that's really honestly.
And that's really what like the chat club should be about, is like having conversations with people and just like sitting down and like hearing other people's stories, not just like us and like Hollywood stories, because we are a pop culture podcast, but seriously, like sitting down and like interviewing people and getting to know people. Like really, it is the chat club, and this is a club, and this is a community. And Faith, how's your dating life been? We haven't heard a lot about it.
Oh my God, you know what, I was actually chatting with some people on Bumble today.
oh yeah, you were just telling me, you just sent me a Snapchat about Bumble. Oh, wait. That was someone who we went to high school with. Oh, my God. Sorry. I was like, let's talk about it. But I was like, no.
I love it when I see those, because I'm like, they never disappoint. They're like exactly where I left them in high school.
Like they hilarious. Like, I just like, I'm like, okay, so you like went to the military and then you like came out of the military and you're like still the same. Got it.
Right. Tool.
Cool. Just like with a new haircut and tattoos. Got it.
Right. No, yeah. You want to hear what because so on Bumble, a girl messages first. Only the girl does, which I don't understand.
How do the gays do it then?
That's what I was honestly wondering. Or like lesbians.
Oh yeah,
they both
anytime.
Or
like the gays, you just like don't message each other.
Like it's the last person who swipes, and then they realize it's a match.
Right.
I don't know.
But
anyway, so I see on this guy's profile. It says like what his interests are, and it says likes dogs, road trips, and then it says a sense of humor. I wrote down, I'm like, so I see you like a sense of humor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit you with the best dad joke I can think of. And so I was like, what? I think I said this on the podcast before. It's my favorite joke. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? And I didn't say the answer because I want, he's gotta work for it, right?
Right, or at least something.
Yeah. And so he messages back and he's like, "Oh my God, I love a good joke. Hit me. What is it?" And I'm like, he says, "Supplies." Like surprise.
Oh, wait, I don't think I've ever heard that joke ever.
No, it's my favorite joke.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, what are the janitors?
That's like on brand for Faith.
Supplies.
That's very on brand.
And it just like shows like, that's my sexy talk. Okay.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
But yeah, we're going back and forth with throwing out dad jokes. It was pretty funny.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's like the start of a love story.
There we go.
My favorite thing to do is like cast Abby's Bumble or Hinge account on the TV, and we like go through guys. And my favorite thing about Hinge is like they like can leave voice memos and like
they can
on their profile.
On her profile.
Yeah, like it's like an audio snippet or whatever, and it's like really it's just like sometimes it's the funniest thing in the world.
Oh my God, I love a good voice memo. I mean, I love that better than texting, but also better than calling. So you can understand how I'm actually saying these things. I send them to Brandon all the time.
All the time. I have to read the transcript, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, so I have to like listen to it.
No,
later.
It never does. I don't even read it. I'm like, let me listen. I gotta hear everything.
No, literally, I like read the transcript because like usually I'm like in a space where I can't like just hold on a minute. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but
hold on.
literally. No, so basically I just like read the transcript, but I love a voice memo, especially if you're telling a story. Like you have to do the voice memo.
Or like honestly, I'm too lazy to type, and whenever I'm like voice texting, it never goes well. So I'm like, just let me voice memo you.
Same. It can say some like really wild shit. Honestly.
Every time, whenever I say your name in a text, it'll have because I have a little emoji of a man that goes like like this.
Oh, slay!
Yeah.
That's literally slay.
Actually, no, it's a big pair of lips. That was your previous one because you change your number sometimes. So I had to like differentiate which number it is.
Yeah.
But yours is actually a big pair of lips.
Slay.
Because that's Brandon.
That's so on brand.
Whenever I use like I say Brandon, either I'm like texting my dad or I'm texting Jamie or I'm literally saying it to anyone. His name will pop up with the big pair of lips, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I have to go back and backspace that because I don't think they're gonna understand if I just put in a big pair of lips right after that.
That is hilarious. Before we like dive into some Hollywood stuff, did you watch? Because we're like in the thick of award show season. Like
seriously,
literally in the thick of it.
Oscars are coming up soon.
It was just Golden Globes. It was just Critic Choice. Emmys were last night.
The Emmys were.
Yeah, last night. And then Grammys is literally like 2 weeks away. February 3rd or 4th.
Grammys just happened.
No. I know, it's insane. It's like we're in the thick of it. But what are your thoughts like about the Golden Globes and such? Like, did you see the monologue of the host? No.
I heard that he made a little snippet to Taylor, and she's just like this, like flat lip, like as she's about to take a drink.
She was like,
and
yikes.
Then, yeah, and I think he said a couple of other things that people did not roll well with people.
He said some things about like Barbie. Like basically he had like a temper tantrum on the stage, and it was really embarrassing for him. It was just like weird. Right. Like especially, nobody was laughing.
He's not in anything, so it's like milk this as much as you can, so you can get more for doing other things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It was just like really weird. I don't know. The whole situation was weird, but apparently he's really funny. But like to me, it's just like what I was introduced was just not funny.
Yeah,
it was nothing honestly, of the sort.
What I got from the Golden Globes was mostly Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet.
Oh my God.
Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, so good.
You know what I just found out though? That one girl who was sitting by Taylor who said Timothy out loud is Miles Teller's wife.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I thought that was just a groupie of her.
Oh my God. No. Taylor.
Like, come on, best friend. Come sit with me.
Taylor's entourage, if you will, are always going to be A-list celebrities.
I guess so, but or maybe honestly it could have been her assistant. Like
you're like, oh. Well, her publicist was there. Tree was there.
Yeah.
No, my favorite thing is about the whole situation was like Selena Gomez was like, okay, I'm taking a social media break. Bye. And then 18 hours later was back. Like that is so funny. That is me.
Oh my God. Yes, I completely see that.
That's literally
what are your
me.
Thoughts on Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco?
Listen.
Keep it or abort it.
Literally. That is like such a good movie. But anyways, it was, I don't know. I don't know him. I
had to Google him because I was like, I don't understand who is this man.
Like looks wise, I don't think that they're like a match, but I just don't think they're a match. I don't think he's good looking. I don't think he's handsome. Like hot take maybe. I don't know. Like I just don't think he's cute. But like I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I know he like has like made some really, really big songs, like a lot of them. So I think he's super talented, and that's very interesting and that's very cool.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's a good person. I don't know anything about him. Where like Selena is like very like core is like such a down to earth, humble human being, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like for her to like go all out and like really show her relationship, she must know him very well. I guess they were keeping on the download for like over 6 months.
Which is what's weird to me
publicly
is that she's so public with it, but he's not.
Right. Well,
like why? Like you're literally dating the most famous, richest woman.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, that's how a lot of like husbands are though. Like even Justin Bieber rarely ever posts about Hailey. And if he does, it's like one thing and just saying like, love you, babe.
That's very true.
Happy birthday, babe.
Not everybody can be Ryan Reynolds, you know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
On social media.
And that's like really what life should be about, is like not everybody can be Ryan Reynolds, you know?
Exactly. But he honestly just like gives me Post Malone vibes with how he acts.
1000%.
Like they could honestly be the same person, but with
the same person.
Honestly.
I've never seen them in the same room before, so that's all I can say.
But I'm happy for her. I'm glad she's happy.
Happy for her, absolutely. All right, Faith, are you ready to dive into the top 3 stories?
Let's dive. Okay.
Let's dive. Okay. First story. We are going to talk Mean Girls, because Mean Girls just came out with the musical version of the movie, the classic 2004 movie. And Lindsay Lohan is very hurt and disappointed over the new Mean Girls joke. So Lindsay Lohan did not appreciate a line in the new Mean Girls film that appeared to reference a crude comment about the actress that made headlines nearly 2 decades ago. A scene in the Paramount movie, which topped the domestic box office over the weekend, includes Megan Thee Stallion, Katie Heron saying, "A Y2K fire crotch is back." And that's a reference to, back in 2006, a TMZ video made headlines over oil empire heir Brandon Davis insulting comments about Lohan, which included him referring the actress as a fire crotch. So Lindsay is not happy about that. Lindsay was very hurt and disappointed by the reference of the film, Lohan's publicist said in a statement to People magazine and the media outlet. So basically, like, Lindsay is, because Lindsay went to the premiere, like, in Los Angeles.
She's in the movie, yo.
Oh, she's in the movie?
No, I read that because she literally makes an appearance at the end.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why she's even more hurt. Like, she's in this fucking movie, and they made that fucking comment.
And she doesn't know about that's weird that she was in the movie and she didn't know about the line prior.
Right. Well, I mean, she was at the very end. Like, it's not like she watched the whole film.
Was it just like a little cameo? Have you seen the movie?
No, because most of TikTok says don't fucking watch it. It's terrible.
Oh, I've heard great things about it.
Well, they say like a lot of them go in not knowing it's a musical, which I'm like, how? It's everywhere saying it's the fucking musical.
It's like not advertised as a musical, but yeah.
I guess. But second, like, I love the first one so much.
Yeah, same.
And that's how a lot of people are. And when they go in, it's like they just hate how it's a cheesy musical, they say. Like, it just takes all the fun out of it. And they're just so dramatic about everything. But I'm like, also, it's a musical. You have to be very dramatic about everything.
Right. And like, I think that's like where people, like, as an audience member, like, gets confused. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can see like how it gets confused, because like if you go to a Broadway theater, like that's what Broadway is. It's dramatic. It's melodramatic. It's like overplayed. It's just like
over the top.
Over the top. And that's what a musical is. And I know that like the high school, like the Mean Girls, the original Mean Girls, like musical was very much that. Like, it's just like very overplayed, overhyped, or like not overhyped, but like overplayed, over dramatic. And I can see, like, I've seen some clips of the movie, like just through interviews and stuff, of like everything, and it is like it's very different from the original. The only way I can get behind it is because Tina Fey is the head of the movie, like, who created Mean Girls, the first one. She created the musical, and now she's creating this like hybrid of the both, and that's the only reason why I can like get behind it. Also, like, Renee Rapp is like phenomenal.
Did you know that she played Regina on Broadway?
Yes.
And then they brought her in for the movie. And I'm like,
yes.
I feel like that's just too much hype under someone's belt. Like, you're gonna create something.
Like I said, I've been watching some interviews. Renee Rapp, I think she's a phenomenal singer. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I'm sure she is awesome. Because I loved her in College Girls. She's
got an honest mouth on her.
She got honest mouth, which I really appreciate, which I love. Her in interviews, she mumbles the entire time.
But
and
I
cannot understand anything that she says. And like that's the only thing that like bothers me about it, because I'm like, girl, like take a breath. Like I can't understand what you're saying, because it's just mumbling together. But anyways, that's my only thing about her. But no, Lindsay Lohan was in the movie. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Did you hear about the little scandal going on with Renee?
No.
So she went on this talk show. It's What Happens Live or something like that. It's called.
With Andy Cohen.
Yes. See, I was getting it confused with James Corwin or whatever his name is.
Oh, James Gordon.
Gordon. Okay. Yeah. You see my confusion there? Anyway.
I understand.
So she was on this, and she was right next to one of the 1,000, housewives of whatever.
Yeah.
And
it's a Bravo thing.
Yeah. And so Andy was, the host, was quizzing Renee, because I guess she's a huge housewives fanatic.
Oh.
Like all these different things, like, best outfit, who would be like the top mean girl, or like who would be the best Regina George, and yada, yada, yada. And there was a lady from one of the housewives right next to her. Mm-hmm. So she gets asked this one question, and they're like, whose outfits would you, or wardrobe would you want, or something like that. And she's like, I don't really know. I'm an ageist, so it's kind of hard to say. And then Andy just stops. He's like, no. We need to dive into this. What do you mean you're an ageist? And he just starts quizzing her, saying do you just hate all old people, like older people, or what's the age cutoff? Like what's going on? He's like full on grilling her at this point.
Oh my God.
And she's just like, no, I mean my mom's over 50. Love her. I'm like,
oh my God.
He's like, do you not like me because I'm old? She's like, no. And I'm like, girl, foot, enter mouth. Okay.
Literally digging your grave.
And then there's this lady who's the housewife who's over 52. And she's like, yeah, what do you mean? Like looking at her. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Everybody in the room is attacking her.
Right. It's not that bad, but you can definitely tell now she's uncomfortable after she realizes what she just fucking said.
Oh my God. Yikes.
And she's just like, I don't know, I just don't really like millennial women. And I'm like, okay, now that came out. All right.
Yikes.
She was born in 2000, so she's Gen Z. And I
know, but you're
so
in
now
a
she's
movie.
getting hate from also women, because she's like, so now she's against millennial women? Like, what kind of a woman says that? And I'm like,
that's kind of wild. That's kind of a hot take, because she's in a movie that was made for millennials.
Right.
Like, girl, read the room.
Right. And I'm like, this was not a smart choice today.
Oh my God.
But yeah, and so a whole bunch of people on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We're saying what the fuck, or oh my God, this is hilarious, or I feel the same way. And I'm like, oh God, hurry. So I guess they were literally saying that she drew a line in the sand, and there's people just commenting a whole bunch on it, I guess.
Did you know who was playing Janice Ian in the movie, the new one?
No, I don't.
The girl who played Moana, who did the voice of Moana.
I didn't see her on any of the interview things.
I just found this out because I saw the interview that she did for Vanity Fair. Yeah, the whole cast.
Huh.
I know. I was like, because I didn't recognize her, but I saw her name and I was like, oh, she's in this? And I'm like, oh my God. She looks completely different. Literally looks like Janice Ian.
Was she in all the goth, attire? Like how Janice was?
She has face piercings. She has her head, her head shaved.
Her head shaved.
Yeah, she doesn't have long hair anymore, which that's what I remember her as. And it's crazy. But Lindsay Lohan, fire crotch, not cool. Our second story, Ariana Grande has lost over 350,000 Instagram followers amid controversy around her new song, Yes And. Have you listened to it?
Yeah, I even watched the music video today because I was like,
Same.
I know we're going to talk about it.
I know. It's cute. I like the beat.
Yeah.
And I guess that it's a sample of Vogue by Madonna.
Okay, well, I hear that she didn't give her any credits, though.
I mean, you don't really have to if you sampled the song.
Oh, I don't know. It sound like when I first heard it, that's exactly what I thought of was Vogue by Madonna.
Yeah.
And I heard, she wasn't going to give any credits to Madonna, but I'm like, just a little bit. She's an icon. Like,
I mean, Madonna had to like be like, or anybody who owns Madonna's catalog had to be like, yes. And I would say like Madonna would have to like have some sort of say, unless she like doesn't own her catalog.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also,
again, I don't really know anything about the music industry, but a lot of people on TikTok were making it like into a big deal, like how she wasn't.
Yeah.
But maybe they're like me too, like they just don't understand the music industry. Obviously, look at us.
Well, last week, Ariana Grande released her first solo song in 3 years titled Yes And. The song, which debuted at #1 on a global Spotify chart with over 11 million streams on the day of its release, sparked pretty mixed reactions, namely due to the apparent reference to the controversy surrounding Ariana Grande's romance with her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater, which we know him as SpongeBob.
Poor man, he's never going to live this down.
Literally never going to live this down.
Remember doing this story in like the spring?
Yes.
Here we are now.
We covered this. In her new song, Ariana Grande appeared to address the buzz around the apparent relationship for the first time. She pinned with the lyrics, "Your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care so much whose dick I ride?" While there is no confirmation that Ariana Grande was referencing Ethan Slater in the song, but many people have speculated that she was making a jab at the backlash around her romance with Ethan. There is no way that it's not aimed towards everybody talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. I also saw another thing that like, what's his name? SpongeBob's wife's name? Lily or something like that?
Oh, Lily, yeah.
Yeah, I guess she literally was saying, like, I have no idea how anyone got this interpretation of me saying these horrible things about Ariana Grande. Like, she was taking back everything that she said earlier. Like, accusing her of being a homewrecker and all this kind of shit.
Was she not going around doing interviews?
Right. She said, I don't know. I guess that's what people are saying, like, how she literally, like, went on air and was like, no, I never said any of these things. And if you look back, they never really posted anything until like early of 2022. And then all this came about of Ariana Grande divorcing her husband in 2023.
Right.
So like they were on technically, I guess, separated.
Interesting.
And Lily had no problem with Ariana seeing Ethan's baby.
Okay, then what was this whole narrative of like I was
Hollywood,
abandoned, and but like she was saying it.
I know. And now I guess she's like, bitch, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know where you got that from.
What? Okay, flip the script.
And I'm like, did you have to sign an NDA or something now? Like,
okay, so I saw like when she released the song, everybody was like, I couldn't understand a damn word she was saying.
The only thing I heard was, say that with your chest. Yes, and I'm like, this is the best we got?
I know.
This is all we got out of 3 years.
Should I read the lyrics for everybody?
God, nothing beats her My Everything album. That I still fucking jam out to that.
That is a phenomenal album.
The angels and demons.
Let's look at the lyrics here.
So good.
Okay, here we go. In case you haven't noticed.
Okay.
While everybody's tired, I'm healing from somebody or something we don't see just right. Boy, come on, put your lipstick on. Nobody can tell you nothing. Come on, walk this way through the fire. Don't care what's on their mind. And if you find yourself in a dark situation, just turn on your light and be like, yes, and Say that shit with your chest and be your own fucking best friend. Say that shit with your chest. Keep moving like what's next. Yes, and.
So that's the only part I listen to. Is that chorus part. I'm trying to like put it into the song, like all the lyrics you said, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that.
Literally. No, basically like.
Except for like the very beginning, because she made it like numerous posts of like the beginning of the music video saying like, in case you haven't noticed. And then she takes off her fucking hat.
Yeah.
That's the only part. And then like the chorus. That's the only time I can understand words.
Right.
So.
No, for real. And
the dancing though, I was mesmerized by the dancing in her video.
The dancing was, the like choreography was so good.
Like the arm movements, I was in a trance, like whoa. Like
yeah.
No, for real. I was admiring the dancing, definitely.
The dancing was phenomenal.
She looked great.
Thought she looked phenomenal.
It was so weird not seeing her wearing like 6-inch heels. She was wearing like little dancer shoes. And I'm whoa.
Can we talk about the blonde hair and how she needs to get rid of it ASAP?
Did you see the weird sideburn pieces? And her high ponytail? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm like, can we just like slick those back in since everything else is slicked back? Why are we letting those down? Those are my thoughts. Like, welcome to my TED Talk. Okay.
It washes her out so bad.
Yeah. And she has to bleach her eyebrows. And I'm like,
I know. And I'm like, could we like get a root?
I like the blonde hair with the hat, and then she took it off, and I'm like, whoop. Where's the? I remember when she would self tan so much though.
Yeah, that was such an era.
When she made a little cameo on Scream Queens. I didn't know that was her for the longest time.
What?
Well, like when it first aired, after like
she
the
was
second
in 3
episode, I'm like, I know. After the second episode, that's when I realized, I'm like, when did Ariana Grande get on this? I never noticed her in the first episode.
Stop. That's hilarious.
Like when she's like, she gets stabbed and then she starts like texting like, oh my God, I just got stabbed. Ah. And then she like dies, but then comes back.
My favorite is like typing. Yeah. Literally so funny.
That show needs more hype, honestly. That show was a fantastic show.
So funny.
Ryan Murphy was doing something right with that shit.
Literally, like bring it back. Okay, moving on to the third and final story.
Here we go.
So Kylie Jenner brings back 2014 with her new pink hair. If you guys, we're recording this on Tuesday. If you guys like popped open TikTok or Instagram, you probably saw Kylie Jenner debuted her pink hair.
I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to hop on Instagram after this and go look at it.
Oh my God. It's everything.
Okay.
So, sound the alarms. Kylie Jenner just sent us all flying back to 2014 with her fresh new pastel pink hair. Yep, you read that right. Mm-hmm. The much loved King Kylie era seems to be coming back in 2024. Basically, she shared a TikTok and Instagram today showing off her fresh new shade of cotton candy pink. Literally, we're all screaming King Kylie because it is giving King Kylie back in 2014. Do you remember that era when I was like obsessed with her?
You got me into being obsessed with her.
I was obsessed. Like everything she posted, I was like, oh my God. It was just so grunge. It was so cool.
And that was like when Instagram didn't have stories then.
No.
So that she would be posting on Snapchat
all the time.
She was like, that's why it was King Kylie, because she was the king of Instagram. Like it was, Snapchat. That's what I mean. King of Snapchat. And Snapchat would send her like these huge gift boxes. Huge. Of all Snapchat goods and shit like that.
Huge. It just like, it's bringing me back to like.
Before Kylie Cosmetics.
It's giving me nostalgia.
Yeah.
Which is wild because it's only 10 years, 10 years ago.
Yeah. I like how I'm agreeing with you before I even saw the photo.
Like you're like, no, absolutely. But like I feel like you
I can only imagine what it looks like, but I can understand.
You've seen her with pink hair.
Yeah. I liked her with green hair the most though.
Loved the blue. Like I loved that
was her Tyga era too.
The black to the blue hair. Remember that? Like mermaid.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yeah. How old was Tyga when she was dating him?
I don't know. Like she was 17 and he was in his 20s, I want to say. Late 20s.
Okay. And he had that baby with Black China, right?
Yeah. I know.
And his name was King, right?
Are you still texting bitches? Yes or no?
Speaking about old Kylie Jenner boyfriends, did you hear that Travis Scott was dissing her and Timothée Chalamet in one of his newer songs, I guess?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and he like had to bring up Willy Wonka, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to do him like that, okay?
Why gotta do him like that?
Why?
Timothée Chalamet.
Like, that's how you like make it so obvious that he is talking about Timothée.
Oh my God.
Chalamet.
Did you see that TMZ video of Timothée Chalamet like coming out of the I want to say like gym? He was like going to the gym or something.
No.
Oh my God, it was so funny. So this like paparazzi was standing outside of the gym because they were waiting for I don't know his name, but it was Haley Bailey's baby daddy.
Oh, he
like
was
they were ready.
Him?
No, they were at a gym, and that's the gym that he was like rumored to be at. So they were waiting for him to walk out so they can question about the baby. Blah blah blah.
And then they got a little treat of Timothée coming.
Timothée Chalamet, and like Timothée Chalamet was like asked them, and they're like, "How did you even know I was here?" And they're like, "No, we were waiting. We were waiting for this guy." And he's like, "Who's that?" and I was like, "No, for real. Like, same. Like, nobody knows who the fuck this guy is."
Right.
But yeah, he is like, they're like, what was like, did you refuse to take a photo with Selena? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, he's like, no, like, I never even talked to her. Like, no one talked to her. And I was like, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe that narrative. Because I think that what happened was one publicist went to another publicist, and then publicist walked up to him and Kylie, and Kylie was like, no. And I think because they're like, well, there's no footage of like Selena walking up to them and blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, yeah, because like that's not what goes on. Like you have your publicist there. We got
travelers.
You have your team traveling with you, and your team is talking with the other team, and they're going back and forth. Like there's no way they weren't talking about it because God, I forget her first name, but tell her like she was like she said Timothy.
Yeah.
In that video, she said it.
Yeah. Like why else would she say it?
Right.
Especially when Selena was doing like the like gossipy nod, like
right.
You know, like that's when you know.
And then like Selena was like, no, I was just telling her about like two friends hooking up. I'm like, who? Yeah,
no one else has the name Timothy. Okay,
right.
You don't know another fucking Timothy.
Right. Like, sorry.
Nah.
No. Fraudulent. But
Man,
those are
still under an hour. Not too bad to
not
kick off
too bad.
The season.
I feel good about it.
So you're flying out to Arizona Friday.
Yes.
So are we still making an episode of us?
So depends.
For that following, or are you gonna have that episode of you and Chan? Is that gonna be the episode for next
so
week,
how I'm gonna do it?
Because I don't know when you're coming back.
Right, and I don't know how long our video, like our like segment of the podcast will be. If it's going to be like 45 minutes to an hour, I will probably just put it up as our episode. But if it's like 30 minutes, we'll just film the other half.
Okay.
So I'll let you know.
Are you going to do anything else in Arizona?
I don't know. I think I'm going to I know we're going to go shopping.
Oh, you're going to go shopping with her?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to go shopping on my own.
You said we, so that's why I was like...
Oh, with like Blaine and my mom. My mom's coming.
Oh, I was like, man, you're so brave doing this all alone. Staying in an Airbnb all alone.
Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. I was like, Blaine, you're coming with, right? And he was like, sure. I'm like, great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are they going to be just like out and about when you're going to be setting stuff up with Chan?
Yeah, okay. I told them they cannot be there. I get stage fright.
Right.
No, but I'm super excited, you guys. So yes, next week we will there might be a segment of Faith and I. I'm not sure. It depends on how it goes, but Chan Plant is going to be our first guest on the podcast, which is so exciting. I am so thankful that she agreed to come onto the podcast and just be so awesome. If you guys don't know about her, she is phenomenal. Her story is very interesting, very, very, very interesting. And I'm just so excited for the audience to get to know her. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching this episode of the Chat Club podcast. We are available anywhere you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/@thechatclubpodcast. Subscribe, like the video if you guys are on YouTube. It really does make a difference. We are also on Instagram and TikTok @thechatclub. And yes, you guys, follow Faith @Faith Jerome, @It's Faith Jerome. Follow me @Brandon Nels T. And yeah, that is our episode, Faith. How do you feel?
I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel good. I feel solid.
Feel solid. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And to our new audience members, our new listeners, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and listening to us chit chat about whatever.
Life, yo.
Life. That's the chat club for you.
Mm-hmm.
Chit chat.
And P.S. So sorry for the amount of times I said penis in this episode.
Oh. No.
Here's another time. Okay.
Yeah, it's another time. Yikes. No, it's okay.
Okay, well, it's been real, y'all.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.